Hello, brave awakened ones. This is Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics, certified integrative holistic health nurse, medical empathic intuitive, spiritual counselor, guide, Reiki master, certified EFT tapping, and author of the children's book How the Caterpillar Flew, which, by the way, is an activation book for children to help them discover their hidden potential. And in December, when it was released, I actually beat Dr. Seuss for #1 book in rhyme on Amazon. Available on all major online book retailers. Okay. And I want to say thank you to my Patreons. I thank you to my supporters, and thank you subscribers. This is a rather important video, something I have been working on for the past few days, and it ties into the video I made on last week about the equinox, the March 2019 equinox, the one called Time to Surrender to Your Highest Calling. And that is a great activation that comes with that. And it also ties into the video that I made yesterday, the Light Workers, Light Warriors, second quarter of 2019, basically your marching orders for 2019. For the second quarter of 2019, which is April, May, and June. Okay? Again, if I don't resonate with you, I simply don't resonate with you. Okay? If I resonate with you, that just means, we're right here. I could resonate with you for a minute and then stop resonating with you and then start resonating with you again. It's all good. Okay? What I don't appreciate, well, I will delete, are people who try to tell me what to do on my own channel, people who try to spread lies and rumors, and people who, try to push their own agendas. I see you. I see you. There was somebody trying to push their little Luciferian agenda who I caught on within seconds because I check constantly because I know what the deal is. I also want to say that I'm sure you guys know, it is what it is, that this platform has been messing with my subscribership, has been messing with even my views. Video I did last night, when it got to 9:55, I noticed it stopped for hours up until this morning. And then I made a comment about it. The next thing I know, within a couple of minutes, it jumped up to 981. And it's not the first time it's happened. Even my community page, my videos constantly knocked off, knocked off as in taken down. People not being able to do comments, saying my comments are disabled. I did not disable my comments. I didn't disable anything. There's a lot of things happening, but it is what it is, and we press on because we know they're not going to stop till the last one of them drops, and that's okay because I'll see the last one of you drop. All right, Light Warriors. So this message today, which is the 29th of March 2019, and yes, these dates are very important. I know people like to say, oh, don't use dates, don't use dates. Straight up, our souls are infinite. Our time here in this incarnation is finite. There is a time we come, there is a time we leave. And yes, quote unquote, time, as strange as time is right now, God knows it's strange, and it's been strange for a while, especially for light workers and star seeds. It is important because you have a certain amount of quote unquote time that you're in this body, and there are things that you need to do as light workers or light warriors. We're not here for fun and games. We could have some fun and games. You could have fun at work. Okay, that's how I look at it. You have plenty of fun at work. You can make friends at work. You could have a great time at work. But I see this as work. I'm here to work. I'm here to work to ascend to my next level and take as many people with me to ascend to their next level as I possibly can, which is something I've been saying since I was 5 years old when I realized what I was. I say I didn't know the terms light worker or any light worker or anything like that until 2012. But I always said I'm going to rise higher, and I want to turn heaven into earth and take as many people with me as I can, which I know is like the objective of many light workers. Well, I think like all light workers, that's what we want to do, right? That's what we're here for, to ascend and help others ascend too. All right, so what this video is about is the energies that have been pouring in since the equinox, since the March equinox, as my oversoul referred to as the Kali Yuga fire energy, as the Christed light energy, as the event energies. Okay, this is the biggest wave of energy that I've experienced, the way it was put to me. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. That we have experienced since all of this started. And this energy is like the first kick in the pants to wake up the human collective and to give light workers the boost to go to their next level, which is coming up April 1st. Okay. We got a kick to go into January. Okay. And that was the first quarter. And now we're getting a kick to go into the second quarter. Okay. So, now I'm sweating all of a sudden. It's not even hot out here. Well, it's because of the energy. And I'm right in front of my Jesus meditating, Yeshua meditating little statue with my plants, along with my, let me borrow this from you, Yeshua, with my amethyst pyramid that I have in his palms. It's beautiful. And I've been commuting with this section with him. And also a picture of him I have on my altar in my room for the past few days, because he's told me to call upon him. He has been with me since I was a child. He's always referred to me as his brother, which I didn't understand until I found out last year that the last part of my oversoul, the number 13 part of my oversoul aspect, was James the Greater, which was supposed to be his brother, his half-brother, that is, and one of the apostles who was an Essene priest. I always knew I was an Essene priest, and I always used to see the back of his head, and he was always with Jesus. When I should say because it was me, part of me, but I didn't know who it was until he finally introduced himself to me and gave me his name last year. But I digress. Okay, so this Christed energy that's pouring in is the awakening energy, and the way I was told is that this energy will be with us up until 2020. When in 2020 it fizzles out, that we have to ground it, I don't know exactly when in 2020, but it's to help those who are going to, the normies, the muggles, the earthians, who are going to awaken. This is the energy to help them awaken. This is the energy to help the light workers who are answering their call to duty. This is the energy you're going to use to answer your true call to duty. This is it, y'all. This is it. I was straight up told by Yeshua, by Jesus this morning, to write down my 20-year plan. And here it is. Never mind the binders and binders and binders, the 3 binders and the 2 5-subject notebooks that I had of energy, of information I've been downloading and putting down on paper since 2012. But I was told to put in a synopsis so he could focus and help me with it, so I could focus. And his energy is here with us. And how he made that known to me was, for the past few days, I've been seeing number 33. And that was always his number before I knew about angel numbers and activation numbers and numerology. When I was a little kid, I'm talking 4 or 5 years old, he told me that was his number. So whenever I would see 33, I would know it was him there being with me. And also the number 1212. And 1212 in numerology comes down to 6. But again, the way he put it is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3, and then 1 plus 2 is 3, 33. So whenever I saw 1212, that was also him. And specifically, not just him, but specifically related to the Christed energy. And he, as he told me, is the keeper of the Christed energy. Strange sounding plane. Close. He is the keeper of the Christed energy. So he said to call upon him. Call upon him. When you do that meditation, if you choose to do that meditation, which I highly recommend, or at least look at it to see if it resonates with you, if it might trigger anything, activate you, to call upon him. Again, I said to do it with the Sri Yantra, because that has the Christed energy. The Sri Yantra that I've shown, that white imagery inside of it, in the center of it, represents that energy coming. So when you meditate looking at that Sri Yantra, it comes alive, and it's like it activates you, and you absorb it, and you're in a fog of it. It's just amazing. And doing it one time's not enough. I've said a cajillion times, you have to do things several times, because I have so many people writing me, oh, well, I did it and nothing happened. I don't know what you want me to do about that. Again, I can't do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And when it comes to the Lightworker game plan, because I was felt so funny yesterday making that video that lasted that long, just talking about the game plan that was given to Lightworkers for the second quarter, April, May, and June, which was the tables have turned. Now it's our time. Lightworkers game plan, strategize, implement, launch. So the strategize, Yeshua, Jesus, is here to help us with this. Okay? And again, it does not matter when it comes to ascended masters, your quote unquote religion. I don't care if you were raised Christian. I don't care if you were raised Jewish. I don't care if you were raised Muslim. I don't care if you were raised Hindu. It don't make a damn bit of difference. Okay? It doesn't make a difference. All right? So, because he's the keeper of the Christed energy. So to call upon him to help you strategize, implement, and launch. When it comes to strategize, and I had some people say, well, I don't have money. Well, guess what, boo? Neither do I. In fact, I'll tell you guys a little something that I was like, should I say anything? But just to keep it really real, I was told, and this happens every time I have to switch over. It happened right before I started making these videos too, over the summer in 2018. And I've made that very clear to you guys, is that, and again, this is not ego me talking. I've had so many people, not my channel, but on Higher Self, saying, oh, listen to her, it's ego. She's making me uncomfortable. She shouldn't be talking about herself. Why is she talking about stuff she did? Why is she repeating things? If that's bothering you, that means I don't resonate with you. Please go elsewhere. No hard feelings. I don't care. But, don't come spewing your BS, because honestly, it's your ego. You can't handle it. Because that's how I teach. That is how I was told to teach, because that's how I learned through others' experiences. So, with that being said, over the summer, I had mentioned that, in July, I was in a contract in New York. I was guided to go there so I could mend some fences with my son and a friend. And also get rid of this horrible racist manager that was running a department. I had to go bring down the towers, I was told. I sure did. But I was told that I was not going to get paid for my contract until I started making these videos. And then from these videos, this would carry me on until getting to the point where where it's time for me to strategize, implement, and launch my highest calling. I was like, no, I didn't want to make these videos, okay? Because I felt my spirituality was very personal to me. I still feel that way. So I sat there for 2 weeks brooding about it, pissed off about it, until finally I was like, a friend of mine who's not even awakened, but she's spiritual, but Catholic, very Catholic, who I've grew up with. It was her place I was staying in while I was in New York for that 3 months. It's like, oh, just do the videos already. It's like, what's the big deal? And I did it. And that's exactly how she sounds. She's so cute. So I did it and blew up. It was nonstop. I've been doing people. Meanwhile, I had my holistic health practice that I had to leave behind and keep paying for an office sitting there in Miami Beach. Okay. So then I finally started making the videos. Everything took off. Next thing you know, and I was told, you will, by the end of the 3 months that you spend in New York, you will get that check so you could leave right on time when you're supposed to. I didn't believe it, because I was like, impossible. How am I going to go through the EEOC? I had to sue the company, the hospital, through the EEOC. Even the guy who was managing the case at the EEOC said he's never seen anything happen so fast in his life. Within a week, I had a check. If anybody knows anything about the EEOC, that doesn't happen within a freaking week. I went, picked up my check that Monday and drove straight down to Atlanta nonstop that same day. Okay? How crazy is that? Now, here's getting to the point of the story, what I'm going through now. Now, I'm done. I was told it was going to be like a 6-month period. I haven't had my office, because I had to completely surrender in January to not going back to conventional medicine. Because everything was pitter-pattering when it comes to, clients. I was told you had to completely surrender or let it go, and I did. And then my office has been hopping ever since. As of this week, Monday, not a single, and I've been overbooked between doing you guys in my office, overbooked, like working nonstop. From waking up 4 o'clock in the morning to finishing almost like 10 o'clock at night sometimes with people. Every single day of the week. So I was able to catch up on my bills and everything like that, and even help my son with school, help my daughter catch up. So I was like, okay, I'm completely caught up. And I was told I was taken to that point. Now, I was like, wait a minute. I don't have a single client for this week. Not a one. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And that's when Yeshua came to me. Jesus came to me and said, call upon me. Now it's time for you to, answer your highest calling. I wasn't too sure if it was just for me or am I to share this message. I just got it, confirmation, a couple hours ago, to share the message with everyone. That who it resonates with, it will resonate with, that you guys are ready for your highest calling. Okay. So he is here to help us strategize, implement, and launch. So when it comes to the money, again, I'm saying I don't have a single client this week. I don't have that much in the bank because I had to catch up on all my bills from when nothing was going on. And plus the time I had to spend in Atlanta over the summer, well, over the fall, I should say, not the summer, over the fall, taking care of my mother who had to have emergency surgery. But I'm not freaking out because I should know by now, because it's been going on since 2012. All of this, the way I'm breaking it down to you guys with the quarters and everything, that started with me in 2012. It was broken down to me in quarters. So I was like, everything is so on point, on schedule when it comes to me, and I'm passing this on. And for whoever clicks on to this schedule and this timeline, not necessarily timeline, you could be on a different schedule and still be on the same timeline, actually. Whatever, it's just for you, that's all. So no matter what schedule you're on, call upon him, because it is what it is. These are the equinox energies. These energies are the awakening energies. This is the Christed light energy, and he's here to help us. So call upon him while you're saying that, doing my activation, the activation that was gifted to us with the strategizing. When it comes to the money part, I was shown how I'm going to get my money. He's going to help me out. I'm like, okay, cool. Do it. Do it so you could have the insight. You just don't know where it could come from. I'm surprised where it's coming from. You just don't know. And no, I'm not going to tell anybody because it's my business. But, yeah. Okay. So just because you don't have a dime in the bank doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's about complete and utter surrender. Again, surrendering is terrifying, but I've had some mighty hard lessons, been kicked in the butt enough times by this process to know, shut the up and surrender. Because again, I still go kicking and screaming, but I go. Doesn't take me as long anymore to go. Okay. So, all right, guys, that was the message I had to share with you. Yeah. So yeah, make your 20-year plan. Make your 20-year plan. Okay. Make it now, so you could start strategizing come April, because this is the time to do it. And this is the quarter to strategize, implement the strategies. And once you're done implementing the strategies, to launch the first thing. I mean, I have a lot I'm doing, you know. I have my LLC, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 DBAs. Anyone in business knows, doing business as. So I got my LLC, but I got my 8 DBAs that I'm going to accomplish, not just do, but be successful and help millions of people doing it, help millions of people with my businesses, my DBAs, as a master builder, as building my pockets of heaven with this. And it doesn't just involve being here in this country either. So, yeah, it's a lot, but I'm so excited to do it because I cannot do just one thing. I wasn't built that way. I get bored to death. Now I know why I have so many different degrees in so many different fields and have experienced so much throughout my life. You know, people are like, how old are you? What are you, 100 that you've done all these things throughout your life? People don't know I started so early. That's why. Started very early. Even graduated high school early. So that's why. And to gain all these skills, but also a lot of my skills came from previous lifetimes, which I was shown. Same for you guys. Those, you guys who are master builders, you love doing multiple things. You love multitasking. I love multitasking. I cannot stand doing one thing. I get bored so easily. You love to multitask and you master all of your tasks. So multitasking scares a lot of people and say, oh, the human mind is not made to multitask. Okay, yeah, you're right. The regular human mind isn't made to multitask, but you don't have a regular human mind. You're a light worker. You're a light warrior. So yeah, they're not going to understand you. But again, who cares? Who cares? Who cares if they get it or not? They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it because they simply don't have the capacity to get it. You know, my sisters get me. My best friend gets me. Actually, I should say my three really good friends get me. And my 2 of my friends who I grew up with, they're not light workers. They're not even awakened fully. They're not. But they get me because they see, you know what? She's a little different. And they respect me for it. And they go along with it. They trust me for it. That's how we're going to get through. Master builders, I'm talking to you directly because we're like this, okay? Number 22s. They're going to trust us. The human collective will trust us, especially if we've always been standing in our truth. That is how we gain our trust. That is how they turn away from the lies, the Luciferian lies, and they turn to us as bearers of the Christ light. Okay? I know we've gone through a lot. God knows I have been broken down like crazy, but now is our time. Like my oversoul said and announced. Again, let that ring through your ear over and over again. Now is our time. The tables have turned. Strategize, implement, and launch. Okay? And I'll let you guys, you know, as those who are going to be business owners and everything, the master builders, if you haven't, like, I'm going to, again, I have business meetings to go to. I've been taking workshops. I've been owning businesses. I had showrooms in New York City and everything, but I've never made official business plans. I've never really strategized. It was always, as an artist, just doing what artists do. You know, that's always been me. But now it's like, and you know, you could say, oh, that's part of the 3D world. But guess what? We have to know both. We have to know it all. We already have the 5D down. Most of us don't have the 3D down, understanding what the 3D was. And we still have to work through that system until we get to completely not change it, because you ain't going to change it, decimate it and build new upon it. But you still need to understand it. It's like, know thy enemy. You know your enemy. It's like me in conventional medicine. I had to spend 15 years in nursing. in conventional medicine. I had to get all the way up to directorship twice before I could go and open my own holistic health practice. I had to do that. Growing up saying, I don't ever want to be a nurse. I don't ever want anything to do with medicine because I didn't believe in it, conventional medicine. And here I am. And I had to go through that. I had to go through it as much as I didn't like it, you know? And I had to go all the way to the top to understand every aspect of it. Alrighty, guys? Alright, so I hope that was helpful. Alright, so you could contact me at higherrealmholistics.com if you're interested in a session, or you can get my book, and you can get my book, I should say, at any major online book retailer or via my website for an autographed copy, higherrealmholistics.com. Or if you're in the Miami area, you can go to Barnes & Nobles and Kendall. They have autographed copies there because I did a book signing there. And in the Edgewood area in Atlanta, they have autographed copies over there also because I just did my book signing there in February. All right, you guys, namaste, and we already got the victory. Lady V out.